All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Traversing the Veil. Yes, this is one of my custom RPG campaigns set in my messed up world that I created because I need help. And the people below me are the people that are. I don't know why they're here anymore at this point. I really don't.
At this point, it's the principle. We're going to have a game.
It's just like, no, we're going to do it. Yes. First things first, if you've wondered why this has not happened, I have significant mental disorders like panic disorder and PTSD and the things like that. And so because the world has been this just lovely fluffy ball of wonderfulness since the new year, my anxiety has gone crazy, and I was in very, very bad places for like a month. And then the last episode, I got food poisoning for the second time in like 3 weeks.
Was it the same place?
No, the first time I got food poisoning was my own damn fault because I was eating leftovers. I didn't reheat them correctly, and so that was my fault. The more recent time, I ordered food from a well-known pizza delivery place that will not be getting my money for a while, and something tasted off, but I didn't put things together, and whoo,
you went downhill fast.
It was so bad. And the worst part about it, like the first time I got it, it was gone in about 24-ish hours. Like I was perfectly fine up to 24 hours. The more recent one, like I felt horrible for like a week. Like the initial really bad stuff ended it after about like 48 to 72 hours.
Yeah, I've had that where like it just dehydrates you all out.
Yeah.
It's like you're sore for like days.
Well, and for like a week afterwards, I would have no appetite because I was always nauseous, and then I would get hunger pains because I hadn't eaten in like 12 or to 24 hours, which would make me nauseous. Like it was the weirdest of the thing that anytime I would get hungry, I would also get nauseous.
Horrible chain.
Yeah.
It was not fun. Anyway, it's all over. I'm feeling much better, or I'm feeling as good as I can. And yeah, we are going to actually finish the combat that we haven't started yet. We were literally this close to starting, and I'm like, oh, it's getting late. Oh, we'll do it then in the next section a month later. So, yeah. Before we start...
You're viewing this an hour later. Thank you.
Yeah. I will say, on my YouTube channel, the Traversing the Veil episodes have actually gotten a fair amount of views. So people are watching on YouTube. Hi, YouTube.
Hello in the future.
So
Hi,
that's
YouTube.
Cool. So yeah. But before we get going, does anyone have any announcements or anything big? I know, Day, you recently had something like a birthday or something.
What?
I did. It was
Happy
my
belated.
birthday. Thank you so much. You can't see them because I have balloons on my chair still, but
It was cool. She showed up for part of it.
you did. It was very chaotic. It was very in the best way.
And then you dressed up as a hot dog.
I did for the stream after that, because I usually do every 20 subs. I'm a hot dog for 15 minutes, and on my birthday, they like didn't stop gifting subs for like 3 hours. But I was like dressed all fun. You did, yes. And I was dressed all fun. I was like, okay, I'm not doing the hot dog today, but I ended up being like 4 hours of hot dog time on my Monday stream. So I was just like, Here we are. I'm a hot dog forever.
So dressing up like a hot dog was the worst.
Yeah, it is though the best. I love being a hot dog. So many people will come in and be like, "I clicked on here because you're a hot dog in your thumbnail," or like, they'll come in and I won't be in it anymore, and they'll be like, "What? I clicked like your thumbnail was you in a hot dog costume." I'm disappointed, and I'm like, "Listen, every 20 subs, it could happen again." Like,
I will hot dogify. So yeah, if you guys don't follow the day, I think I even still have a command. If Nightbot is here, I should probably. Do I not have a Nightbot anymore? I'm totally like super good at. Oh no, I think your sis is still here, Nightbot. Haha! Nightbot is still here.
It's listed.
All right, so yeah, both Day and Evan, who couldn't be with us tonight, unfortunately, have Twitch streams. You should check their stuff out. Otherwise, I think it is time to turn up my mic just a little bit. I think it is the time to return to traversing the veil. The party has lost their cargo. After dealing with some shadow monks that they eventually discovered were merely wasting their time, they returned to where their passenger and the daughter of the man whose home they were staying in were waiting to find them both missing. They immediately left to try and discover where they had gone, going down to the dock on the island that they were on to find a rather massive ship waiting there. However, there didn't seem to be any crew on the ship. So they went in, exploring below deck, started discovering strange occurrences, started experiencing visions that were not real. Looking out the portholes below, they saw something bizarre. A dark ocean, a sky covered completely in clouds. Nothing like what they knew to exist above the deck. As they were all trying to piece together what had happened, suddenly the crew started to return. Specters started appearing, started bringing the ship to working order, and as they all rushed out to the top deck, they found the two monks and their two prisoners on the deck, preparing to leave the island. And that is where we're going to pick it up. So, you all have come back out to the top of the ship, and you see the two shadow monks.
Ah, they're huge.
Let's resize those. There we go. You see the two shadow monks on the deck, along with Bidwin's daughter.
Oh God.
And Kale. Everything is too big. Why is everything too big? I had this all set up. Now you're long. There we go. You go.
Yeah, it's like when I kind of describe Howie. You're too small.
So, as you guys could come up, you can see the two monks almost don't notice you at first as they're kind of checking the ties around their arms and the legs. It looks like both of the prisoners are still unconscious. And they kind of just look up, noticing some movement. But when they realize it's you, they seem confused at first. And they kind of look at each other, and then they both take out daggers and place them at the throats of the two unconscious prisoners.
Oh, God.
Easy, guys. Easy.
Captain?
This can end one of two ways. You can leave our ship, and we will return the girl to you after our ship is set sail, or we can end both their lives. What will it be?
Smegwick is considering, not to sound like this, like, in his head, these guys have gone through a lot of trouble to kidnap Kaelin.
Mm-hmm.
And the logic for that for Smegwick just doesn't pan out.
So you think they're bluffing?
Not necessarily like they're bluffing, it's just like, maybe they're bluffing, or maybe they just haven't considered the ramifications of, like, there's obviously a reason why, because they were, that's supposed to be their ace in the hole, because Kaelwyn's father is not only a judge,
Yeah.
he's a judge of Imperius, who is presiding over a crime boss's trial. And obviously they weren't expecting us. Like, I don't think we were expecting us.
Yeah.
We're as surprised as you. So
What do you wanted to do?
well, I do, and the reason why I say this, I want to check in with the players. Would you mind if Smegwick was trying to suss them out a bit?
Captain, you're...
Well, I'm actually the player because I don't want to overstep.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I've got nothing, so...
Okay.
So what do you wanted to do?
Okay, easy. Okay, now we understand kind of what you're going for. Y'all went through a lot of trouble to get Fancy Lad over here. Pretty sure you don't want to kill him. Otherwise, your boss is in a lot of trouble. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to kill the son of a judge of Imperius. So, what do you say we talk business?
And they both, without breaking eye contact, they both say, "We're listening."
Okay. First off, threatening to kill the ace in the hole you have, that's just bad. That's just a bad investment. Wouldn't you agree?
We could
Pretty sure your boss would not appreciate you slitting the throat of your boss's ace in the hole. Pretty sure that's the only thing that may keep him out of jail. Pretty sure he's not gonna be too thrilled with you if he finds out you killed his one chance possibly of getting free.
He will be more upset if we allow him to leave.
Oh, I'm sure, but I'm also saying take him off the
However,
board completely.
he will not have any issue whatsoever if we kill this girl.
Possibly. But I'm also of the understanding that also while you have been, let's be frank here, huge pains in our ass,
Mm-hmm.
you seem to be people of some distinction. He'll just take another step forward, not towards them. So obviously, you're not predisposed to be bloodthirsty, mindless killers. Or am I wrong?
Killing has its place, as does mercy. We will do what is necessary to complete our goal. Are you going to make an offer, or are you going to try to continue to talking us to death?
Oh, I think if I was going to try to talk you to death, I'd be saying a whole lot more verbose words than what I'm trying right now. I have quite the lexicon, in case you haven't noticed.
Every minute that passes is a minute closer to her death. And you watch the one standing over Bidwin's daughter kind of dig the dagger in just enough to make a small little red mark.
Okay. All right.
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
They'll give us her back, but they're keeping Kaelin.
That's thus far the deal that they have offered you is.
Guys, I'm okay with that. This guy's a liability. We can get another job. He can be someone else's problem.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? Would you allow our captain or our friend here to take her off the ship? Clearly, while you're holding on to him.
She
you guys
does not leave the ship until the ship is leaving.
See, that doesn't give us much, though. Like, that makes us, we have to trust you completely, and there's nothing guaranteeing us you're not lying. Why would we take that deal?
Because the other deal you would be taking would result in her death.
So you two are ready to deal with the dragon rider guy that also wants him. You're good with that? He's got a dragon.
He works for our employer.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he was here. I'd rather deal with him, honestly.
He has a very punchable face, I know.
Can you not just toss her to her and let us go? Why do we? Why?
That's
do
what
we
I'm saying.
care?
You
The
hold
ship
on to
is
him.
going.
You hold on to him, and we abscond off of the ship.
Very clearly don't care that much about him. Just give her to us.
Because, quite frankly, if we try to leave the ship, you can just leave with both of them.
And what will stop you from attacking us?
You'll have him.
At that point,
You'll have him.
Said you care very little if he lives or dies. So the only bargaining piece.
No, we said about letting you take him. We said letting you take him. We didn't say slit his throat.
Girl. So, I repeat the offer.
Oh God, these guys are annoying. Ugh. You can't give us anything to guarantee that we'll get her back. Nothing.
May I propose? Wait.
Asking for much.
May I propose a counter offer? We are still talking business. You take the girl. But you allow us to take the girl. You hold on to me while they take the girl. We have a business opportunity with her father. It would be a bad investment on our part if we did not do our level best to try and save her as well. I am offering that no tricks. You can tell when I'm casting. I'm not going to do that. You hold on to me. You can hold a dagger to my throat.
For the first time.
And you allow my friend to carry her off of the ship.
For the first time since this interaction has started, they break eye contact with you, and they kind of look at each other for a second. You can almost see a conversation happening without any words. They turn back. You must disarm yourself
I hold a dagger, like, yeah, plank.
and agree to be bound.
I mean, I'm sure you're not going to trust my friends to bind me.
You see him. You see one of them lift their arm and kind of point at you, and suddenly two specters start moving towards you, and you feel them kind of grab your arms and put them behind you. You feel them actually tying your fingers. In something you've probably dealt with before, it's a common way to prevent casters from casting is to immobilize their fingers instead of just their wrists. So they go and they bind your arms behind you, and then they kind of bring you over to next to them, and so they the two monks point at Karen and go,
that's creepy touching. That's creepy touching. Okay.
You may take the girl, but
am I where am I in regards to them binding me up? Am I still where I'm standing, or have they moved
so you've been brought over here.
Okay.
And they've kind of shifted over. So you now have a remarkably sharp dagger.
Okay. Oh, you're really taking me to the. Yeah,
as it's kind of placed against your neck, you do notice whatever this dagger is made of. This is not regular metal. It is the blade of it is far too sharp that you can feel, and is far too thin to be any metal you're aware of.
Okay, so I'm going to also presume that they have. Now, okay, so where they're positioning there. Okay, so you got me. There's the girl. Who wants to grab her?
You see another two specters come up, and they kind of move her forward just a little bit, just 5 feet closer. You may take her. However, any deviation from the path of simply going to the docks and leaving will result in the death of your friend.
Well, truth be told, I've been wearing a little thin on them, but I think they still like me mostly. The kids knew.
I'll take her.
Okay.
Okay.
She, as you pick her up, she seems heavier than she should be. You're not exactly sure why, but you've lifted quite a, especially with a kind of traveling circus that you were with. You've lifted a lot of people and items, and there's just something about her that seems off.
Should we? I guess that would be her decision.
I forgot to open this. I definitely. You said something seems off.
She just seems heavier than she should be.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't seem like they did something to her.
Yeah, I mean she's unconscious, so obviously they did something to her. But
she seems heavier than she should be.
Yes.
Aoi, do you have any detection magic? Could they have switched?
I don't, but
I'm just like this. So check. Okay. Check for a pulse, kid. Check for a pulse.
Okay, I'll try to check for a
Surely
pulse.
you understand the precaution for that. That's for we're all being reasonable.
She
Yeah.
is alive. You are starting to wear our patience.
And they're gonna pick her up. They're gonna pick her up.
And you're not wearing our patience thin? Is this actually her?
Kidding? It's a very fair question. And they're just doing due diligence. If you were on our shoes, you would be
or we
checking
will
too.
kill your friend, and then the rest of you.
Let's pick her up.
Due to the fact that you are so close to them, Smegwick, make me a. I'll let you choose perception or insight.
Oh, they're both so wonderful.
Oh no.
I mean, they're really both the same. Which just so I'd be clear. So, I'm guessing perception would be what I see versus insight would be
Perception
how I'm reading them.
is going to perception is going to be more of what you feel and hear.
Okay.
Whereas insight is going to be kind of what you get from your gut.
Okay. I'm gonna go with perception. I've only got a +2. Let's see. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Ooh. All things considered, I've only got a +2, and I feel this is gonna be really important. I could. So I'm gonna use my last chat inspiration. I believe Gil the Vlogsmith was nice enough to give us, and I will do that I'll use that inspiration with advantage on perception. Thank you, Gil the Vlogsmith.
While you're rolling that, if anyone is wondering about how Gil gave him advantage, if you look at the channel
Don't
points,
fuck us, Gil.
we call them TJ Tails here, and you can use your tails to interact with the RPG. You can do things like give players advantage, give them rerolls. You can even do things like create NPCs and insert them into this as a story, or create boss battles. You and I will actually create a boss battle together for the party. So all these different ways that you can interact, it's all in the channel points. So check that out.
I'm really glad I spent that, and it should be in the channel log so you can tell. If I hadn't spent that, that would have been a 2, but luckily I rolled with advantage, got a 17 for a total of 19.
All right. So as you're sitting there, you suddenly start feeling strange, and you're trying to figure out. You're like, "Am I sweating?" You realize no. The genasi that has the blade to your throat has broken out in a flop sweat. He is very, very nervous at this particular point into the time.
Are they both or just the partner?
You can't tell. The only reason you can tell this is
I can't see the leader just as flop
you
sweating.
can't see
Damn.
either of them. They have you in front and they have a dagger. The reason you can tell he's sweating is because you can feel it on your skin and on your clothing. You would be completely unaware if it wasn't for the fact that this genasi is pressed up against you, using you kind of as a human shield. So
I feel that we are all nervous, and we are just about done with this transaction. So
he presses the dagger into your throat a little bit more to try and encourage you to stop talking. You feel just the slightest bit of moisture start dripping down.
I was just gonna suggest they pick the girl up and take her off on the pier.
This just doesn't feel like a girl, though. She's too heavy. What did you do to her?
We're done with this. Take her and go, or watch her die.
I'm holding her, right? Like.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you would like to roll an insight check to figure out where the logic in that one comes from, you're welcome to.
I'm guessing you may have moved up and you're like here or here.
Insight.
Are you in the Roll20 game day? I'm not seeing you listed.
I am. There's so many buttons to click.
Because we have a map and it shows where everybody is. So that's what we're referencing right now is we had the monks there, and that's this is Smegwick, and so if
Here's the Goyle.
if you guys want to see what we're talking about, of course it's not set up the way it's supposed to.
I'm. Which one of these?
We're in the dark. They cast darkness on the whole ship.
We're just
How do I put a little thing? A little character. There I am.
we'll go there. All right, so
I took her. Who's this guy?
this is the girl, and that's
so
Kilwin.
I've got her.
And then this is Reggie, who for some bizarre reason seems very, very quiet, and will probably continue to be quiet for the next couple hours.
Fine, that's fine.
Reggie's on autofollow.
Yeah. God, I just don't trust these guys at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, because this guy has said something that doesn't make sense to you, if you want to kind of see, well, is he, is
Okay.
You can roll an insight to check to kind of gauge what your character thinks about this as a situation.
16.
So looking it over, you can see his hand that's has the dagger pressed up against Kilwin's neck is shaking. He is terrified at this particular moment.
Oh, they're both shaking.
Well, the one that has the dagger to your throat is terrified, and she knows the one with the dagger to Kilwin is terrified. Neither of you is aware of what the other one knows.
Okay.
Compartmentalization.
Well, I want to make sure you weren't you didn't mean me when you said Kaelwyn.
Nope.
Okay, so so he is still holding a dagger to Kaelwyn's throat as well.
Yeah, and so Karen, the fact that he just threatened the girl that you currently have in your arms seems very, very odd, and the fact that he is terrified of you is kind of building more of a picture that they are arguing right now from a place of power. They're saying that they hold all the chips and you have nothing to negotiate. The fact that they're both shitting themselves means they don't believe that.
Ooh.
So whatever you want to do with that information, what Karen knows is whatever they're saying right now is not 100% truthful, because if they were as powerful as they claimed they are, they would not be afraid of you.
Let's say, obviously, first thing.
He's like, he doesn't
You
even want to
feel
move his,
as you start talking,
he doesn't even want to move his jaw.
you
He doesn't even want to move his jaw. He's like,
Take the girl
as
off
you
the ship.
start talking, you feel a fist hit you right in your kidney as the genasi goes, "Stop talking!"
You guys are lying to us.
Like Smeg, I'm gonna say, like, this is like, I'm not gonna say. I don't like that thing. Was like, he says with a look that conveys, and then a 4 paragraph. I always like, show me the look. But he's like, oh, this is just Smegway, just like.
Yeah, I know. I feel like calling their bluff. I don't think they're truthful, and I don't think.
Girl, peer off. Girl, peer off.
Suddenly you guys notice that the one with the dagger held over Kaelwyn starts getting harder to see for a moment and then vanishes. And right behind you, Karen, you feel like a rush of wind, and This is hard. Does a 25 hit your armor class?
Yeah.
So he shadow steps behind you.
Seriously,
and
just ask that question.
punches you. Yeah. Punches you in the back of the head. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, you would.
And then I need everyone to roll for
But
initiative for me.
It's a 9. It's
Everyone
a
appear. That's all I wanted. I had a
it's
plan.
but a 9.
All right, go ahead and roll in an initiative for me then.
It's a where's my it's a 5 on initiative. How much damage do I take from that punch?
That's a fantastic question.
I'm using the wrong dice.
You take 6 bludgeoning damage because he just punched you.
Just want to get her off the ship first.
Owie, what do you
It's
got?
not her.
How do you know?
She's too heavy. They're being weird. I think they are illusioning them to look like each other.
Monks can't do that.
Yes, and
You
there's
don't know what
nothing
they can
else
do.
on the ship that monks can't do. Like monks can totally control specters with hand motions.
You can command. There's obviously a command thing to set up here.
They're practically ninjas. Jody, I rolled an 18.
18, cool. Smegwick,
Dirty 20.
30, 20, cool.
In the chat roll, if you had the log up.
Yeah.
In the roll 20.
No, in
Oh,
D&D
it's a new
Beyond, sorry.
thing in D&D Beyond.
I haven't. I have so many different windows open. That is not one of the windows I have open.
Okay.
So, what was I going to say? Smegwick, you are up first.
Okay, well,
Now-
this is kicking off.
You are currently.
Now, the spirits aren't holding me, right? They just held me to bind my hands.
Yeah,
together.
they bound you, and you are currently being grappled by one of the monks, and you are restrained because your arms are tied and your fingers are tied. So, any
Okay.
spells with somatic components, you cannot cast until you get your hands freed. Beyond that, normal restrained condition.
Okay, and so that monk is now behind Karen, the other monk.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, no, I just wanted just for verification. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, since he's right here,
And you have a dagger pressed up against your neck if you forgot
Yeah.
that. If you want to use your, you can use your action to try and break the grapple, to kind of break out of the grip that this monk has you in.
I'm gonna have. I would like to submit something here.
Okay.
This guy is very. He is, as you say, on the verge of shitting himself.
Mm-hmm.
They're flop sweaty. This plan did not go how they thought they were gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
So, where is he to my I understand the thing, but if he's behind me, is he to my left or my right behind me?
Where your hand is right now.
Oh.
Yes, whatever
Okay.
that is. I think that's your right.
Yeah. He's to my right.
There we go.
Okay. So he's behind here.
Flippy
I'm just basically.
cameras and all that stuff.
So I'm just basically, if he's I guess he doesn't have a prepared action if the way this is going, but he was ready to stab me. But-
Effectively, he is
So I would submit that they were
grappled you. So
Yes.
I mean that's really all he's done. He hasn't had his turn,
Yeah.
and he didn't get a surprise action, unlike the other monk who got the surprise.
Yeah. So I'm going to submit that he is nervous, scared. I'm going to use my ability, Fey Presence.
Okay.
Because it's an action for a creature, cube. Obviously, he would be the only one to become charmed or frightened by me until the end of my next turn. Would I at all get advantage, or I would say he would get disadvantage on making the saving throw?
I'm
Especially now, I'm going to scare the living crap out of him.
I'm okay. What specifically are you gonna? I mean, obviously, the ability works the way you did describe it, but how are you going to use your Fey presence to terrify him? Like, what are you specifically gonna do?
Well, the Fey presence, basically, it's like once per action creature. Also, I'm gonna always pro tip, by the way. I've talked about this on stream. Always click and examine the full view. Don't just look at the abridged view on something like Roll20.
Mm-hmm.
As an action, creature make a Wisdom saving throw, Warlock spell save. The fail save.
Yeah,
Charm,
I'm not
Frighten.
asking mechanically.
No, I understand. I just want to make sure that I'm reading
Okay,
everything there because I want to do due diligence. I don't like half-assing and it's like, oh, I should have read this part. Okay, so there's no real theme to it, so I think it's big flavor text. When I just basically go, I turn, I look at him, and the Fey presence, and I activate that. I just like look all like veins and stuff for like a split second. My just appear, and I just kind of like drawn back, and you black gums and eyes and stuff sunken in, and I just kind of look like you should have took the deal.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a whether or not he's getting a disadvantage or not. It's a saving throw, a Wisdom saving throw, DC 16.
Okay. So, before the actual ability goes off, as you to turn your head with a dagger pressed
Did you prepare
against
the
it,
action? Oh, okay.
it slashes as you turn a gig against it, and you take 9 points
Well, I
of
was hoping I could Go ahead.
slashing damage as you literally cut into your own the throat.
well, I
what-
presume I would have jerked my head back away from the knife when I turned and looked at him. But I don't know if he still would have.
No.
If he still would have sliced me,
He was again. He had already cut into your neck slightly, so any movement whatsoever of your
Even
neck
back?
is Well, he had held you back, like you didn't have the ability to move
Okay.
backwards. Giving the person that you're holding a knife to the ability
That's fine,
to
yeah.
move away is not a great way to hold them as a human shield.
Yeah.
What's the DC?
Wisdom DC 16?
That's a 13. He fails.
So he is frightened.
Yes. So, as that happens, I'll say until his turn comes up, nothing's going to change. But it's obvious to you, this dude is 100% terrified of you. You are still unfortunately grappled until his turn comes up.
Okay. And unfortunately, I can't hellish rebuke him.
If you hellish rebuke, you will
I can't.
hellishly rebuke
It's-
yourself.
It's verbal somatic.
Mhm.
So I can't do it anyway.
I'm just saying, you hurt yourself. So,
Well, he helped. I mean, he held the dagger.
you ran into my knife. Ran into my knife 9 times.
And let me just look this up because I want to make sure I'm doing this right too. Since I believe it's like he's under the frightened condition.
Yeah. No, that I'm aware of. Don't worry about mechanics. Is there anything else?
I want to make sure on myself. Okay, yeah. So okay, definitely all that. And for my next trick, I will then, because I believe I don't need to. Yep, just verbal. I'm going to use my last second level spell slot, and I am going to Misty Step right over here.
Awesome. So after you kind of turn and scare this dude, you just kind of blip out of existence, and Aoi, you notice him appear right next to you. As the other monk kind of gets scared and drops the dagger after he disappears, after turning into a crazy fey monster.
Now I'm going to guess because Reggie is on auto follow, he's not going to be active because I know how you feel about running characters.
Yeah, I generally won't run someone else's character for them.
Okay.
unless you guys need it. And I've rebalanced this for fight
Oh, sure.
for 3
Okay.
people instead of for 4. So
I'll immediately
it'll be
just
for-
go turn around. Got some like my neck is messed up. Thankfully,
Thanks.
missed the juggler. Kid, cut me loose.
You got it.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, well, Owie, you're up next. If you want to use your action to cut him out of his bonds, you can.
You got it.
These guys are running scared. They're chicken shits. Get them.
Ah. Me first. There you go.
So yeah, you very quickly to take your sword out, just chung.
Ah,
Without,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
it looks like all your digits are still there.
Ooh, pins and needles. Pins and needles. Pins and needles.
Is there anything else you wanted to do with your turn, Owie? You've got
Bonus action?
a stun Karen in front of you.
As long as I, no, I think I'm going to, and get ready for whatever comes, cause, we still have a, rich boy, in the middle of the line here.
Cool. Cool. Then it will be the monks' turns. This one is going to run to the edge of the deck, and then blindly throw two darts.
At
Both of them at Karen, unfortunately.
Oh.
oh,
Well, normally he'd have advantage on the attack rolls because yours is stunned, but he has disadvantage because Smegwig just scared the crap out of him. So it's just a
Yes.
flat roll. That's 20 to the 2.
Yeah, that hit.
with
And,
disadvantage.
higher.
Good God.
Yeah, I rolled really high.
You
Surprisingly,
told me before we even started
Oh no, it
playing
wasn't.
that you
It
rolled
was
badly.
it wasn't a disadvantage. It was a flat roll
Oh,
yeah.
because he had
I remember
disadvantage,
before
but
we
he had
started, you said-
advantage.
I
I
remember
normally
before we
did
started,
do.
you told me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have been
know.
DMing for like 7 years, and for 6.5 of those 7 years, I have not rolled higher than like a 6.
I've also seen you in Zelda Universe too. You roll pretty well there too.
I do not roll those. That is rolled to the 20, and it's only been this past like 6 months where I'm actually rolling well,
Oh God.
and it doesn't hurt that most of the guys I'm rolling have advantage like 4 and 5. So you only to take 6 points of damage from the first start,
Luckily, because they're darts.
Oh.
and this is 7 points of damage from this is the second one. So yeah, they're not super powerful. They're little darts, and he doesn't get his monk to die from it. So, cool. That's gonna be the end of them. Karen, you are currently stunned. Oh, the other monk. The other monk. The other monk's gonna go for Smegwick because he seems dangerous. So he's going to bamf over behind you and get an.
No, wait, is he teleporting again, or is he?
Yes. Shadow Step is a bonus action.
Yep.
God dang it.
To 24
Yeah, that hits.
and to the 23.
That hits.
So
God damn it.
the Constitution save, please. Just one.
Just one time? Okay.
Mhm.
Watch me fail.
I should probably look what their DC is.
I'm pretty sure I didn't get it. It's a 13 total.
Yeah, that's no, not it.
Oh no.
Why is math so hard? 7 plus 8 is 15. There we go.
God, I'm gonna.
So yours is stunned, and you take 10 damage and
Oh, I thought it was. I thought you were taking me the damage. Let me just put myself back up to. I took 15 off. I thought that was the damage.
Oh no, 15 is the DC. Sorry, 10 damage and 6 damage. So 16.
So
to the go.
16. Great.
Yeah, just a little bit. And he's going to run back in here to get away from you. Karen, you are no longer stunned. So, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
I
Now I
want to
am.
go into a barbarian rage.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, Karen, we're like,
So you
Big Karen energy.
you watch as Karen's muscles bulge. She lets out this cry of anger. Anything
must
else
be
you
your
want
manager.
to do? She starts looking for the manager. Starts
Yelp.
threatening Yelp reviews.
They're all the way. They're these two on the other side of the ship, right?
That one and that one.
Okay, that's what I thought. I would like to throw my javelin at them. No.
Let her do what she
I'm
wants.
sorry. I'm just so scared.
You're not there. You're behind me.
Yeah, I'm stunned. Yeah.
You're not in the way. No one's
Yeah,
in the
no,
way.
the monk ran away from you, so you're not going to get
Yeah.
hit.
You're not. You're behind me, right? Who's that person with like the purple-looking hair? Is that
That's Kaelin.
Kaelin?
Yeah, that's
But he's
Kaelin.
passed out, so he's like lying inert on the ground, right?
Yes.
So he's not actually in the way. Okay, cool.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm throwing that.
I will say, for your additional damage from rage, that only counts on melee attacks.
Oh, okay. Well then, can I?
just go up to one.
Can I? Okay. I'll drop the human I'm holding, whoever it may be.
Yeah, thud.
I'll walk up to this one. Oh, can I? I would like to try and thunk him on the head. Just like thunk
Are you still using a javelin or are you using some other weapon?
with my fist.
Okay. So, when you thunk them, do you want to do something other than just damage? Do you have something? Do you just want to
Or
punch him, or
actually,
like?
can I whack with the non-pointy end of my javelin? Can I whack?
Yeah, you can totally.
Mhm.
It'll
Okay.
just be a regular, strength-based attack roll.
So not.
Are you trying to not kill him, or is there another reason you're thwacking instead of poking?
Well, I guess we don't like these guys.
They cut me up.
Okay, fine. I'll
Technically,
I'll
you did
jab,
more
I'll
damage to
jab.
you
Oh
than
my
they did.
Oh my god. Again, this victim blaming 101. Gaslighting. Oh, I'm so sorry you cut yourself on my knife I held to your carotid.
It's entirely up to you. I just the better I understand what you
No,
want
I
your
feel you.
character to
I
do.
feel you. I'm sorry. I'm in that space where this is the third game in a row, and I've got a wizard and a bard in my head, and I've never been a barbarian, and I'm like, what
To
can
also
I
be fair-
do?
Fine.
To also be fair, you haven't had a chance to play in this game for like 2 months.
Also fair.
Like in a
Well-
combat situation.
Fine then. I'm just gonna try and I'll swing my great axe. It does the most damage. Let's go.
Sweet. I was very nervous, but I didn't want to tell you how to play. I was like, oh god.
No, it's fine. I've just got so many characters in my head right now that all do different things. I'm like, I don't know how to be a character without magic. I'm like, oh god.
No, that's fine.
Well, you have
so
a
then,
kind of magic. I mean, crushing
You have the
things
mag-
can be magical.
Barbarian
Chopping things
cast
into
fist.
the tiny bits can be very magical.
Division.
Yeah.
Math can be fun, kids.
Yep.
14.
Uh,
Probably even hit.
doesn't quite hit. You make your first swing and he kind of ducks under it.
But I can swing again, right?
Yes, you have
Okay, cool.
extra attack.
Is it only when raging, or 'cause I don't know barbarians myself too well?
They can always make two attacks, whether they're
Okay.
raging or not.
Yeah.
Okay. 28.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
That's more like it.
How do you like it, Jody? Does 28 hit?
Does 28 hit? 1d12.
You know, raging effectively makes her to take half damage from bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. Gives her advantage on strength checks, and gives her extra damage on
Plus
strength-based
2
melee.
melee damage.
Mhm.
Is this melee damage?
Yeah.
Yes, it
This
is.
one-
So,
Okay. So
You also have the option of reckless, but I wouldn't recommend that with monks.
Yeah, definitely
1d12
not.
plus 4. Oh, okay, fine. Wow, it's out of my little protective. 7 plus 4.
Is that including your barbarian rage?
Plus 2. So
7 plus 6.
13?
13, yeah.
All right, so the first swing goes over and just shoom, misses. You sit there and you feel your muscles getting stronger as you get more and more angry. You bring it back around and you slice up and shing. You see the blood fly a little bit. As I actually to track the hit points. Yeah. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
No, I'll just growl loudly in his face, like it just in like a very pissed off manner, like you wasted my time. You're wasting my time.
Cool. That's gonna bring us back up to the top of the order. Smegwick.
I'm unstunned now, I'm presuming.
Oh no, you aren't. Not until the end of his next turn.
Until the end of his next turn? Oh, crap.
Yeah, stunning happens to the end of the monk's next turn. So
Great.
Oh, Lord.
Bye, everybody.
monks are for fun. So you are. However, Owie, you are not stunned. What would you like?
I
to
literally
do?
only got my turn because I rolled so badly for initiative, so.
See, there can be
You have
benefits.
officially done damage to these guys. These guys, thanks to their shenanigans, have messed us up more. Between
Shenanigans.
traps and everything else.
It's true.
10, 25, and I'm going to stab the monk.
Cool. Are you going to just make a melee attack? Or are you gonna cast a spell?
I'm going to do a melee attack.
Cool. So you draw longsword, right?
No, rapier.
Rapier. Okay, so you draw your rapier. You run forward. You go to thrust it into the monk.
Alright.
Oh, Joe, I couldn't remember. In your game, are we doing flanking?
I don't think so.
Not in this combat.
Okay.
If we decide to do it later, we can. As of right now, you guys aren't flanking this to target anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I was going to ask in case we got into that.
18 to hit.
18 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Sweet. Got 6 points of piercing.
Right.
And again. That probably doesn't hit. That's a 12.
Nope. So your first one, you go and you stab in, and you're able to make a purchase with it. As you pull it out and you go for his second one, he kind of spins to the side, and the blade just kind of glances off of his skin as he spins around. You bring your rapier back to a ready stance.
Okay. You are not harming my new friends. Not even the stupid wretch kid.
Anything else you wanted to do with your turn?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. The monk is going to take a. He's going to teleport behind you, Aoi.
Mm-hmm.
And 18.
I will use my reaction and cast shield to block it.
Okay, so you see him disappear, and at this point, you're kind of getting used to all the teleporting. So you kind of anticipate it. You hear it behind you, and you instantly cast your shield spell as you turn around to see a fist impact your magical barrier as he turns around and comes around with a kick for a 23.
That hits.
All right. You take 9 points of damage, and go ahead and make me a con save.
By any chance, Jody, do you have a command for points and like exclamation point?
You know, if I was a smart person, I would
Okay.
have that command. As far I don't.
17.
17.
Anyone watching, feel
17
free to
makes
redeem
it.
your points.
So as he sits there and he punches your barrier, he misses. You see him kind of turn around and come around with this spitting hook kick that breaks through the barrier, and as it impacts you right in the chest, you feel this kind of spark go throughout, and you feel your muscles start to seize, and you just resist through it. The other monk is going to run, and he's going to run up the wall here.
Yeah, because it's till the end of my next turn. Oh no, he's no longer feared for me.
Oh, he's no longer. Oh, it only lasts to the end of your next turn.
Yeah,
oh.
it's a thing from the warlock thing. It only lasts for until the start of my next turn. Let me just like real quick. It's over.
Cool. Then that monk.
End of my next turn.
Yeah. Then the monk is 5 to the 10, 15 to the 20.
Yeah, gotta play fair.
Yeah. The monk's gonna teleport behind you then, and to take 2 punches.
I'm gonna go down.
Oh, God.
20,
Yes.
and that's a crit.
Oh, no.
So the first one is.
I'm down.
Okay.
I promise you.
All right. So it.
I was at 7.
Yeah. Then so it comes over and kind of punches you, and you guys watch as Smegwick kind of crumbles to the ground.
Oh.
Awesome.
Aw.
All right. Going back to the two. Oh, those guys are done. Goes to the top of the order. Smegwick.
Yeah.
I need a death save, unfortunately.
Awesome.
Or if you get a nat 20, you are back in this.
Why would you say that? Why? I'm not going to.
I don't know. I just rolled in a nat 20.
Yeah, it helps when like, I'm stunned.
Yeah, but yeah.
Constitution. There we go. Okay. 19.
Ah.
All right. So one success. Owie, what would you like to do?
I'm sorry, that is Constitution. I mean, I did roll. That's for Constitution, right?
Yeah, death saves are Constitution.
Okay.
You D20 plus your con mod.
Yep.
So it's not a Constitution saving throw. It is just D20 plus your con.
Well, it's kind of the same thing.
If you're trained in Constitution saving throws, you are not trained in death saves.
Oh, that's true. But
So.
fair. It's a wash for me. It's still 19.
Yep. So, Owie.
Do I see him go down?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll deal with him. Alright, I'm gonna do 2 attacks on 2 more attacks against him.
Cool. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
That doesn't hit. That's a 10. Come on. There we go. 19 plus 6, 25.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Alright. 8 points of piercing.
Right. He's looking rough. So again, you attempt to stab, and you watch him just kind of dance out of the way. You bring it back around and stab, and you get right underneath the rib cage. You hear him kind of gasp in pain, going. And as you bring it out, you can see blood is starting to pool. His clothes are starting to look a lot worse.
I tried to get in between him and Karen so she could possibly get Smegwig back up.
Okay. Karen.
Yeah.
Actually, it's Monk's first.
Yeah.
Crap.
Hum.
One of these days I'm going to get to fight Jody.
Monk is going to bamf over to Karen because she's big and keeps screaming.
Uh,
I am those things.
25.
Yeah, my armor class is like 14. So, yes.
Well, the nice
13.
thing about this is you have a resistance to this damage.
yep.
Oh yeah.
And rounded down, yeah.
So 7 rounded down to the 3 for the first attack. The
Right.
second one is 18. So you take another
9.
the 3 points of damage.
Oh.
So grand total of 6 damage, and no stun stuff, because they ran out of key.
Right.
Points!
Cool. That ends that. The other monk, seeing as Smegwick is no longer the danger, it's actually going to run over to Karen as well.
Oh. Really?
Math is hard. To the 20, more than to the 20 for the first one. And the second one's about the same. So, 5 points of or 4 points of damage. Sorry.
Okay.
And 5 points of damage.
Right.
All right, that is their turns. Now it's your turn, Karen. You have 2 friends right next to you.
Yeah.
Real quick, important question for everyone: is drinking a health potion in your game a bonus action? If it's on
Yeah.
us, I believe you said it was. I just want to read.
Drinking your own health potion is a bonus action. Feeding it to someone else is an action.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna need to drink my health potion because I'm
go for
almost
it.
dead.
Which you can also give to us if you're live in chat.
4
Yes, health potions are another
D4
things you can use your
plus
TJ Tales for.
4.
What type is it?
Okay. 4D. It says it's a greater. It's a potion of greater healing. So it's
Yep.
Yep.
4d4 plus 4. 2, 3, 4. Come on. 8, 9 plus 4, 13. That math?
Cool.
Right.
So you sit there, you swig a potion of healing.
Terrible rolling on my part.
Hey, hit points are hit points, especially for a barbarian, where you're taking half the damage. That's effectively double the number of hit points.
True. Okay, and so then I'll just go swinging again. Go swing a roosies with my great axe.
Go for it.
15 plus 7.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage for that.
5 plus 4, so 9.
All right, and that's ends that particular monk. So the first monk, as you bring your great axe up, you go and you cleave right into his side. You hear him kind of gurgle and spurt. And as you pull it out, you pull out a few of his insides and turn them into outsides as he falls to the ground in a pool of his own blood.
The entrails became the extrails.
All right. And then do I still have another swing?
You did do.
Okay. Nice of you to both get so close to me.
Now, I will
that's not gonna
mention,
hit,
you do have an ability as a barbarian called Reckless Attack, which basically means you get advantage on all of your attack rolls for this to turn. The downside being they will have advantage on attack rolls against you.
Yeah, that was going to be a problem before you mentioned they ran out of key.
So, if you would like, you can reckless attack if you want to get that advantage. Otherwise,
I would love to do that.
Okay.
So I can. Ah, okay.
So reckless attack
dice.
is just something you declare before you make the attack roll.
Okay.
So, yeah, you just declare it and it happens.
Roar. Cool. All right. Okay. Yes. So that was 16 plus 7.
Definitely hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Seven plus 4 again.
Right. So that brings us up to 11, right? If my math is correct.
Yes.
Are you adding your rage damage as well?
No, I did not.
So that's
So
another
13.
13. Cool. Math is hard.
Agreed.
All right. So the second one kind of digs into him. He's not looking horrible, but this is the first person. You're the first person that's hit this particular monk.
Sweet.
Cool. That's gonna bring us to Owie.
Okay. Crud, I forgot they could. I thought they could do that. I forgot they could do that. I'm just gonna head over to Smegwick, and I have a greater healing potion, right?
Yeah, I believe all of you got a potion.
Okay,
of
so
greater
I'm
healing.
going to use my action to have him drink it.
Cool. Oh, before that happens, Smegwick, give me a death save.
Okay.
I forgot about you. I'm sorry. Sorry, the
Yeah,
other
right.
system I run, they don't make death saves.
It's interesting they don't have a death save button. Since I still have my Constitution modifier.
There's a way to do it. I have to remember how.
Okay. Straight roll.
Because you can
Seven-
track your death saves on here.
Nice.
Yeah, you can. 17 on the die, and then 3. So
Yeah, you're fine. So Owie comes over. Go ahead and roll the hit points, Owie.
Alright.
and what type is this one? What type of healing potion?
Greater. See.
Greta healing potions. They're wonderful. Highly recommend them. By brand.
Hi, Brand.
Greta, check them out. This one does a whole 4d4 plus 4. Who was this healing potion brought to you by? Who donated? Do we know? I'm guessing Gil.
These were
No, these were from the guy.
yeah, these are all from
Oh, the guy.
Bidwin.
Yeah, I was like, helpful. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Bidwin gave it. Yeah.
Goodwin, yes.
Thanks,
that guy.
Goodwin. So,
There's got to be a death save button. How is there?
I thought there was too.
I will look into it a little later, but there's got to be one there.
Smegwick, you get 15 HP healed.
And you are conscious. Did you just do the Popeye the theme?
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. Anything else you want to do with your to the turn, Aoi? Bonus action or any other thing?
Nope, I'm good.
All right, it is monk time. Seeing as you are bringing people back, the monk is going to teleport over and to attack you, Aoi.
You got it.
Oh, he still has points.
Did he?
Teleporting does not cost key points.
Oh, I thought that was the reason why.
No. Shadow Step is just your bonus action.
God, that just sucks.
Yeah, it's awesome. It also gives you advantage on your first attack out of it, which is why they keep using Shadow Step instead of things like Flurry of Blows.
I'm guessing Vidwin only had he only had a few, so I think
So
so I don't have one of those. Okay.
math is hard. 13 is the attack roll. That's with advantage.
That does not hit.
The second one, though, is to 20.
I'm going to use another spell slot, cast shield.
Okay. So you see, again, you've kind of learned to anticipate these teleportations. So you watch him vanish from over by Karen. He reappears near you, and you just kind of dodge out of the way as the first punch comes through. You see the second kick coming, and you raise up your magical shield, and it impacts the barrier, missing you completely.
Why did he get advantage?
Shadow step.
Shadow Step.
Oh, Shadow Step gives you advantage too? Good lord.
Yeah, Shadow Step gives you advantage on the first attack you make after it. So.
Because monks need help. God.
That brings us back to Karen. Karen, what you wanted to do?
What you wanna do? I would like to.
Really wanna hurt you.
Did you really want to hurt me?
I'll move closer again. And I'll just swing my great axe. You know, it's going great.
Choppy. Are you going to reckless attack?
No, not this time.
Okay.
Ooh, natural 20.
Cool.
Bow, bow, bow.
So, you being a monk, or not a monk, you being a barbarian.
I was like, oh god.
Wow, that's an interesting multi-class.
Yeah.
Yeah, monk barbarian. I've seen it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because you are a half orc, you have what's called savage attacks,
Oh yeah.
which means when you score a crit, you roll an additional damage die. So normally a crit for you would be 2d12 instead of 1d12.
Okay.
Because you are,
3d12?
an orc, you roll for the 3d12.
Okay.
Wow.
So neat. Where does it say that, out of curiosity?
Your
like,
racial thing.
It's
under race or traits?
So yes, if you go to features
Okay.
into traits, and you go down to racial traits, you'll see savage attacker. Now, really quickly, from Zuzki, Karen, you get an inspiration. They say
thank
for
you.
Barbie love. Zuzki gives an inspiration to Aoi as well. It says for Aoi, because healing friends is always good. And then for Smegwick, because the name is utterly trashy, which makes it beautiful.
That's why I picked it. Originally, it was a World of Warcraft character.
I wanted to make a name that they couldn't get me in trouble for.
All right, thank you so much, Zuzki,
Thank you.
for the inspiration. Like I mentioned, I've told you guys this before. Any inspiration you get from chat, you can just kind of store and use whenever you want. So just keep track of it somewhere on your character sheet or in Roll20, wherever it's is easiest for you.
Okay.
In my notes.
My first attack was 14.
14. No, your first attack was a crit.
Well, I rolled a 20. What? I rolled 20.
Okay. How much damage did you roll?
14.
14. So that was the 3d12 plus your...
Oh, no, sorry. That was just the first one.
Yeah, remember, you get to roll the
Yeah,
three...
because you roll with advantage. Okay, I understand. I thought you were, yeah.
I was just giving it to you one at a time. So 14, and then this one is...
Now, remember, this is where it gets confusing, because it's 3d12
Okay,
plus
so...
your modifier plus
Right.
rage.
All right, Imp.
Yes.
You got this.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was trying to keep it straight, too.
So,
I was trying to understand.
that's perfectly fine. So, for your crit,
Yes.
what you roll for the damage is 3d12 plus 4, which is your strength mod,
okay.
plus 2 for
Got
your
it.
rage. So,
God,
total...
Got
that's
it.
nasty. God,
Got
that's
it.
nasty.
So my first roll was an 8. This is 11. So that's 20 or 19.
19.
And
Go ahead and roll
then
it again.
7, 23, 26.
26, and then add
Plus
6,
4, which
Okay.
is 30,
Uh-huh.
plus 2, 32.
30 to the 2. How do you want to do this?
Good God.
I would like to just go from top to bottom through the middle.
Okay. Any pithy thing you want us to say as you bisect him?
I would like to say you should have just told us the truth.
Okay. So as you go forward, you come, you walk kind of slowly towards him, kind of dragging the great axe. You're just like, and he's sitting there, and he gets into this kind of high stance, and he's all blocking. And you just come over and you raise your great axe high in the air. You said, "You should have told us the truth." Shung, and you bisect him as he catches the blade on top of him, and it carries the through. As you sit there,
Nice.
kind of watching him kind of bleed out, you guys hear like this strange kind of moaning sound from behind you. And as you look over to the body you so unceremoniously dropped on the deck, you see the face starting to kind of shift and change. And
Yep.
you see someone you've never seen before. He's male. Seems to be almost a head taller than and I can turn off the battle music. Go back there. Seems to be about a head taller than Bidwin's daughter. But other than that, you don't recognize him. He's the clothing he's wearing shifts and changes to kind of just generic clothing. Just kind of casual clothing. He might have been maybe a worker in the field or something. And as you look over to Kaelwyn, you watch him change as well into, again, another person you've not seen before.
Sweet.
I'll do it again.
You do notice all the specters vanish as you bisected the monk.
Well, who are these guys?
Ah!
Yeah. I just sit down. I'm like,
As you
Goes over to this guy, and he kicks the corpse, going, "I hate monks."
Which corpse? There are two of them in that spot where there's
Just,
two
'cause
halves.
I moved over. Yeah.
No, there are two halves of that corpse.
I'll kick them both.
Why don't everybody roll me a perception check?
Ah.
I'm great at those.
oh, I actually didn't do too bad.
Perception. There you go.
19.
All right, Aoi,
1,
you're oblivious.
2, 1.
You're in shock over what I just did. It's fine.
You're still kind of impressed with how good you've been getting with your shield spell. you've been practicing getting that up to snuff. You really feel the growth.
I got 21.
Okay. So Imp and Karen, as you guys kind of sit down, are like, what the hell? You start hearing kind of a thumping sound. And at first you guys are like, oh, great. More horrible things are happening. But you realize it's not the rhythmic thumping of a heartbeat or anything like that. No, it's just dum, da dum, 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 da dum, 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 dum.
Like someone tried to escape?
Or someone waking up and calling for help. Do we hear? Is it on the ship? We hear this?
Yeah. You actually hear it from over by the ballista deck in that general direction. So north.
I'll go check it out. I'll get up and be like,
So as you go up there, you see hidden behind one of the ballistae is Kelwyn, who's sitting there bound and gagged. He's like,
great, yeah, okay. I unbound him and say, where's the girl?
Before that happens, from Spinna 007, Smegwick, please take an inspiration.
Thank you.
And as soon as you do it, it's like, oh, it's so wonderful that you're here. I thought I was going to die. They were so rude, and their hands were all cold.
Where's the girl?
What? Girl?
The girl, Bidwin's daughter.
Oh,
God.
That's who that was. I was confused. I thought maybe I had a long lost sister or something.
Where?
Smegwick picks his dagger back up.
He kind of like gestures because he's still on the ground, bound. He kind of gestures. You see hidden behind one of the other ballistae, still unconscious. It looks like is what appears to be Bidwin's daughter.
Oh, thank God. So I go to her and like check on her.
She weighs the right amount.
Great.
And as you take the gag off, you see her slowly start kind of waking up. She kind of looks up. What? Where? And she looks over. Huh?
It's okay. We saved you. Okay, they saved you. I got the living crap kicked out of me. I hate.
Huh?
I hate today. I hate today.
I'll be okay.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
I think so. My head hurts a lot.
Sure, yeah. We are gonna take you back.
Kelwyn, you have to go.
We
They're trying to take him away.
We have him. It's okay. We have him. We need to get you back to your father. He's very upset that you were missing.
Okay.
I do. While this is Smegwick goes back over, I am curious about this one point. If I would have to roll investigation, I want to see if these guys have anything again for like antidotes to poison.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They deal with poison.
Go ahead
really
and
like...
go ahead and investigate. Sure.
Thank you. God, watch me roll 3. All right. No, roll a 7. Total of 12.
So, looking through the body that is not bisected, you kind of ruffle through pockets.
I'm
and
not
things
picky.
like that.
I'll slur.
You do find 2 vials of a strange kind of greenish liquid. It's relative. It's very very translucent. Like it's a very pale green. That you think might be some sort of anti-venom or antidote. However, your particular knowledge of antidotes is not expansive. So,
If I were to like, and just like do the little, be responsible and like not.
you're
risk it.
you're not sure if it's anti I have to remember if anti-venom and antidotes are different in this Giga game. I don't think they are. Yes, it's 2 vials of antidotes or anti-venoms. I'd have to look at my DMG to figure out what it's called in this game, but it counteracts the poison condition.
Nice.
Let's see. I'm just looking up an equipment real quick. Antitoxin?
Sure. Doesn't really matter what it's called at this point. So yeah, you
Okay.
do fine on that. The other body is too kind of mangled to be able to find much on it. If it did have vials, they probably shattered.
Yeah, fair.
Bisecting a body can do that.
Quick question.
Smegwick, ever the opportunist.
Do we want to search the ship? The ghosts went away.
Should we?
Let's.
Before you do that, can someone
go first, yeah.
tie me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought someone was cutting her loose.
I'm checking on her, and I can. Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
take too long. As she gets up, she immediately starts to fall again, and so she kind of falls on to you.
I
Karen,
would help, but she's bigger than me.
and kind of just steadies herself on your shoulder.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure I can walk.
Okay. Well, why don't I stay here with you while these two go look at the ship?
You can carry. You want to carry her? We can
Could-
just all go together.
Could we not stay on the ship? Something about this ship just doesn't feel right.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't know the half of it.
Yeah, you're right.
And you hear Kikikail from the back. Yes, I would be pleased about leaving the ship as well. Don't worry, I'm perfectly fine with you untying her first, because of course you haven't forgotten me, right?
We've been trying. And yeah, we.
Very hard to forget.
That's so nice of you to say.
Trust me, you leave an impression. Oh God, I hope he's worth the money.
Is anyone cutting him loose? I was under presumption someone did.
No. I took his gag off, but I didn't cut him loose.
Karen's like, no-nos.
Karen's taking care of Bidwin's daughter. You know,
I've got Bidwin's daughter, okay?
you guys. Reggie slowly goes over, takes out a dagger, cuts him loose, kind of sighing the entire time.
You did nothing to tie a fight. I don't want to hear it from you. All right, let's get him back.
Yeah.
Thanks for the healing potion, kid. Oh God, I hate monks.
No problem. You need a ride?
What was that?
Alright. Hey. You need a ride too?
Do
No,
you
I'm
need
fine.
a ride?
Yeah, Kaylin might need a ride.
Yeah.
Kaylin, can you walk? Get your circulation going.
Yes, of course I can. And he kind of gets up, but he's a little bit wobbly. But he's like, no one need carry me.
Sure.
And he kind of falls a couple times, but he
I was expecting
eventually
to face
gets up.
plant the first time.
Yeah, he thinks much higher of himself than he actually is.
Naturally.
But he kind of slowly wanders off the ship.
We can maybe loot this place later if it's still here. I'm not gonna miss it if it's gone. Creepy ship.
Yeah, it's a creepy shit. Let's
just-
get this girl back to her father.
As we're leaving, I'm just like, there's no placard on the ship, right? Saying the name.
Not a placard, but the name of the ship is painted on the bow. The ship's name is the Deep Diver.
Ah. The deep
Appropriate.
diver.
Have I ever heard tales of a ghost ship called the Deep Diver? Oh, not even a history check. Crap. All right.
No.
Wow.
There are no tales of this particular ship. It's also kind of an odd name for an airship that doesn't fly. Because
It was unnatural in the ship. It was on water. This is
from what you guys can see, it doesn't have the mechanics necessary to actually fly.
I was looking at it for the name as we're walking away. By the way, we're not sticking around, obviously.
Obviously.
So, you guys are able to make it back. That would be the wrong sound effect.
I didn't even hear a sound effect.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, let's go with that. In roll to 20, I have sounds into the things. I have battle music and all this stuff. Theoretically, you guys should hear it if you're in the game.
Oh, I have everything turned down.
That might be why. Spent all this time creating this ambiance.
Well, I didn't want to cause an echo. As we are walking back, I'm going to hit, because I could do this sound thing, but I'm like so sick of these guys. I use my action to summon Spitwit back, my pseudo dragon,
Yep.
and I give him one of the vials.
Aww.
Yeah, he kind of.
Because I know otherwise he'll be out for like hours.
Kind of.
Yeah. You feeling better?
Oh, buddy, I know you're gonna have a hangover for what? They're dead. They're both dead.
They gone.
So, you guys are able to make it back to the manor house. Bidwin is there, and he's looking better than the last time you saw him. The last time you saw him, he was exhausted, just completely drained, and now he looks a little better. Very, very happy to see his daughter. And he has his servants come in and kind of to take her to her room so she can get rest.
Sure.
Yeah, so, what is the fate of those who took my daughter?
One of them had a split.
Both of them dead, sir.
I cut him in half.
Yeah.
Good. Creatures as so vile should not pollute this world.
They were playing like so many games. I don't even. There were a couple of people. I'm presuming also we would have dragged those.
Oh, did we just leave?
I was working on the presumption we would have dragged those people off of the ship, because there's no way in hell we'd be leaving them on a ghost ship.
Oh, God.
I carried.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Between,
I figured
like,
we would have dragged
Between
them
the
off.
three of you, I think all of you have decent strength scores. No.
They do.
I could probably carry 2 people, yeah, for sure.
So yeah, you guys were able to bring them back. It turns out they were farmhands.
Yeah, because you said they look like farmhands. I was like,
What kind of a shell game were they running?
Yeah.
I guess they were expecting us and they were going to run a double bluff.
Oh, they were gonna run a double bluff. So even if we got both of them,
Oh, they would have gotten away with them anyway.
Well, it's okay. We got them. They're not gonna cause any more trouble.
Yeah.
Or theoretically, they could have killed Kaelwyn, thus giving you no reason to pursue them. Kill Kaelwyn.
Thankfully, didn't call her bluff off the bat.
So.
you don't have the gut.
So Bidwin says that you guys can rest here for the night and take as long as you need to enact repairs on your ship. As long as it stays in his private dock, you'll be safe.
Well, there's no. He can't really do because I think we asked that several sessions ago. God, he can like the damage the ship has had requires like dry dock. I believe is what you said. Because from the Veil Serpent.
From the veil, from the thing that attacked you, which is not a veil serpent.
Or wherever it was.
That would require a
Yeah.
dry dock, which he doesn't have here. But as far as like cleaning up the mess from the explosions and all that other stuff,
Oh,
that you guys can.
thank you.
Can,
Okay, yeah.
that's more minor damage.
My betting was absolutely ruined from those vile blackguards. Oh,
So, you guys are able to get a nice rest.
Yay!
have you seen the thread counts in this place? Yeah, I'm trying.
When you wake up in the morning, Bidwin has actually sent some of his farmhands to inspect the ship, and they came back rather quickly.
The ghost ship.
Yes.
Okay.
And he informs you guys there's something seriously wrong about the ship. None of his men are willing to go into it or stay.
Oh, it's messed up.
And there is heavy magic.
Yeah.
Effectively cursing or something that you lowered to the decks.
We were.
Bidwin does mention that he has contacts that he can bring someone out to figure out a little more about it, but he thinks for the all the trouble and everything that those people could cause to him, that taking their ship in payment is justified for him.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck using that thing. We were down below that thing. There's all kinds of weird hoodoo going on down there. I would
Weird hoodoo for sure.
extreme caution. We went down there looking for your daughter, and
Well,
Not good stuff, sir. Not good stuff.
you have saved my daughter, and I am eternally in your debt. If you,
Because this is the next day, right? So
yeah.
Smegwick is now he's back in fighting form. Like,
oh yes, sir, we are more than glad for the safety of your daughter. Because if you ever need services, we certainly hope you will think of us fondly when you think of the crew of the Almirage's escapade.
Can I just like put a heavy hand on his shoulder?
You see Bidwin pull a small stone out of his out of a pouch, and he hands it to Karen. If you are ever in need of a safe place to rest, or some of my influence, simply use this as a sending stone, and we will converse.
Thank you.
Thank you
From
very
Smegwick.
much.
from Smegwick to Spitwit to relaying to everyone else via the telepathy, very simple like animatics of Chibi Smegwick, just like
So, before you guys get going, is there anything else you want to ask Bidwin, or anything else you wanted to do before you leave his island?
We are gonna have to. We have to drop Kaelin off at Imperius.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and
You happen to have any contacts we may be able to reach there, or anyone you can reach out to for assistance? My concern is dropping him off once we get there.
Arthur comes back. Don't worry. As soon as we get to
I look to Arthur. He says, "Don't worry."
Imperius, I have men there waiting. Men I can actually trust. Will be the
Smegwick says nothing because he still has a very long boat ride with him, and was like,
we simply need to get there, and there should be no problem once we're there. And
Okay.
since we've found that the objects they were using to track us, think we should be able to get out of this much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Well, once we get there, I'm guessing we're gonna hand off to that. I
kind of talk to Arthur. I kind of pull Arthur aside.
how look, we've been through a lot. I just want to ask you, businessman to businessman, do you think his father is going to be grateful? Is he the type of guy to honor agreements?
You will be paid. We have a contract.
I, on the question, just happy to reestablish. I think you can understand caution.
This was not a gentleman's agreement. I have a contract, and I have a contract with you. It is all in writing. You will be paid.
All I need to hear. Great. Oh, God, please let us get paid.
So, any thing else you guys want to do before heading out again? You can spend as many days as you want here, so...
I would probably try to wheel and deal and see if we could, like, get any kind of, like, if Bidwin would be at all receptive to provisions of any kind in case we need a restock.
Oh, yeah. You guys are given... you guys are given... provisions for a month. Really
Yes.
nice,
Awesome.
Writing down, since I am the quartermaster.
much nicer than this. This is stuff you guys have been getting all of it, cooked and cured and everything by his personal chef. So a lot of things like salt pork and
That was a question.
Jerky.
Could we have all got those daggers those monks were carrying? Because you described them being very unique.
Yeah. When you went back to look for them, the hilts were there. The blades were not.
Oh.
Like shadow blades or some crap.
Yeah.
Who knows? A quick examination of the hilts themselves doesn't seem like they're magical at all. They're not like a sun sword or anything like that.
Ah,
They just look like hilts.
fine.
No sort of life for us.
I mean, I'm happy just to relax in our days here and get our provisions and then get rid of this guy as fast as possible.
And whenever the captain decides to take off, good for me, although I will miss this place.
All right, so you guys head off again. It takes you another week and a half to make it to Imperius. And you're no longer in the forest at night. It takes you about a week and a half to get to Imperius. The winds were on your side. And as you finally get to Imperius, Imperius itself is massive. It is the largest city in the entire sovereignty. And Arthur actually directs you to the private sovereign docks that are used for visiting dignitaries, other things like that. So you guys actually go to a part of Imperius that none of you have ever been before. And once you have docked and everything, you are met on the docks by a very distinguished-looking older gentleman. He's wearing the robes and cords that identify him as a high magistrate. And Arthur goes down to speak with him first, and they speak, and then he comes to the ship and waits for permission to board.
Yeah, I have to step away 1 second.
Okay,
Permission granted.
so he comes in. I hear you have had to deal with my son.
Unfortunately, you seem to be aware of how unique he is, to say.
I apologize.
It's quite alright. I know it isn't always easy being a noble on their own, but it still doesn't give him the excuse of shutting his work onto others.
His mother and I tried to raise him properly. We did everything we could, and it just didn't seem to stick. We finally sent him to the end of the damn sovereignty in the hopes that he would learn some sort of self-reliance and... well, at least here, he will not be able to do as much damage.
Yeah.
I believe Arthur will settle his bill with you. However, I feel a gratuity is in order. Apparently there was much more than a simple travel arrangement.
Sadly.
Yes, you
Yeah.
might want to be on the lookout for Dragon Rider.
They will
Came after
not
him.
bother us. This is here. It would be suicide.
I give them all the description, what the guys looked like, all that. I don't know, if, like, in case anyone already did that or not.
He brings out a bag of, you assume is coins, and he places it in your hand. For your troubles.
Thank
Captain
you kindly,
K-
sir.
Thank you very much.
If
Is
we
that,
are
is that I'm
in
sorry,
the-
is that from Arthur, or is that from the, is this additional?
It's
so
additional.
what you have missed, he communicated with Arthur, and then he came over, and this is a gratuity.
Oh, cool.
So he goes, if we are in the need of the transportation services, and he kind of looks over this ship, we'll call you. Don't try to contact us.
That was damage incurred because of transporting
Yes,
your son.
wonderful.
I put my hand on him again, heavily.
Just saying, just always think
I
of
put
Yellow
my
Rocket as fade.
hand
Future
over his mouth.
Captain, you may wish to teach your crew a little more respect when to the two people of a high rank are speaking, and he kind of side eyes Smegwick. I have work to return to the two, and
He
he kind
will
of
get much experience in doing so.
bows, and he turns on his heel and walks us off.
I say in Sylvan, fare thee well, fine sir.
I glare at him and I growl. Like, would you just let it go?
You don't know what I said.
Yay.
Arthur comes back. Well, that was less than enjoyable. But you impressed me. Over and over again, to be honest. Yeah, here's the payment for you. Believe it was insert amount that we agreed to previously.
I believe I have that written down. Let's see if I actually took
Whatever
those
it
notes.
was, you guys got it. Plus an additional. Looking at the gratuity, you got an additional 500 gold pieces.
Yes.
500 extra.
Nice. So then, do we want to split that 4 away, or how do we notate that?
I'm okay with that because you're the captain. That's your prerogative. I mean, in terms of how we split that, I'm okay if we want to like keep that as all one lump sum or not.
Oh yeah, okay, let's do that because we don't know how much it's gonna cost to repair this ship.
Yeah. I had that written somewhere. I don't know.
We'll figure it out a little later.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I would definitely ask Arthur if he can recommend if he could put a good word in for us. If we could perhaps get a hookup for a dry dock.
Arthur goes, don't worry about repairs. I'll have the Marines will cover the costs of this. It's the least we can do.
Thank you.
I'll have my boys come over and get any repairs you need done. He kind of grabs you by the wrist and kind of gives you a really hearty handshake. Your crew is rather impressive, Captain.
Thank you, Arthur. They've been put through a lot, and they have proven worthy.
Anyway, I've got piles of reports I've got to make, so...
It's understandable, yeah. That's, please.
Hope to see you again sometime, Captain.
In better conditions, yes, that would be great.
Do we think we're going to be safe in the city during dry dock for fear of reprisals from said syndicate?
You're fine.
Okay.
The docks themselves are the most secure docks in the world. You're perfectly safe, and you can go to the mess hall to get your food. You are our guests until you leave.
Thank you kindly.
And he walks off. Yeah, what do you guys want to do? It takes about the 3 days to get all the repairs done.
Can we stay on the ship while that's being done? Okay.
Yeah. You can't. Yeah, because it's all lower deck work, you can sustain your cabins and that. They do provide you with quarters on the docks to stay at while the ship's being repaired if you want, but...
Oh, if they provided something, then absolutely, that's great.
It's it's a barracks, so it's not like nice accommodations, but...
Better than the ship, probably.
It's beds and
Okay. Right.
You all get a foot locker to use.
Love that.
Smegwick still has his own funds, and we did get a payday. He understands that since luckily the Marines are footing the bill for that. So I'll just what I have on me. Would you say because of Imperius and what's going on here that essentially there's like a Western Union?
For what? What do you want to do?
Sending gold. Sending currency money of any kind, really.
There are ways to send money. You literally mail gold or silver, whatever you want to. You literally send a package full of it. So you they do have a mail service here.
I just figured because like they have like Marines, for example, sending money home and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's basically a postal service. One of the benefits of this is sovereignty, kind of having a bit of an iron rule over everything is they also kind of standardized a lot of the things. So
at some point, Smegwick will duck out. And so, like, I have to go run an errand real quick, and he is going to look for that service.
Yep, not difficult to find. You can, if you want to send me a Discord message or something,
Sure.
You can tell me later where all the money goes, unless you need...
Oh, it's real simple.
Yeah, then, yeah, we can deal with that between sessions. Anything else you guys want to do? You are in the capital. It is one of the wealthiest places in the sovereignty.
I just keep an eye out for my crew.
Mhm.
See if I find anyone that went missing.
Sure. Is would you want to actually venture into the city proper, like maybe go to taverns or anything like that to ask around, or just like a passive?
Just
thing?
like, can I have my eye
Okay.
out?
So on the
Smeg will be checking for work.
on the second day, as you're just kind of relaxing, waiting for the work to be done, out of the corner of your eye, you see someone familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And you see them walking on the street, and they kind of dart and go around a corner. What would you like to do?
I'll follow. I'll go around the corner.
Okay. You come to a slightly kind of busier street, and with all the people there, you're having a hard time kind of picking out a person. Go ahead and make me a perception check with advantage, seeing as you know this particular person very well.
My first roll is a 19, and then a 10. So 19.
All right. So looking around, you're having a bit of a hard time, and you didn't see them really clearly, so you're not even sure it's real. But suddenly, you notice someone that you recognize very, very well. It's your former first mate.
I go
He turns into an alleyway.
go down the alleyway.
All right. As you go down the alleyway, the first thing you notice is the temperature is different as soon as you go into the alleyway. It's much colder. It's kind of damp. But there's no one here. You can see a couple offshoots from the alley itself. There's one to the west and one to the east.
Can I just go to the branch and look down each way to see if I see anything?
As you go down there, you see to the east. You see him continuing to walk and making another turn.
I will keep going.
As you continue to follow, you start feeling kind of strange. Every time you step, you have this kind of... Your feet are squishing onto something, which is very strange because this is a sovereignty. All the streets are kind of cobblestone paved. And so you look down, and there's this kind of sludge on the ground. And the air itself starts getting more oppressive, like you can feel the humidity, and it's very damp. You're starting to feel this almost film forming on your skin, and it just feels kind of slimy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
You finally to turn the corner that you just saw him, and you have to stop yourself because you almost run into him.
Oh!
As he's standing there, a good head taller than you. You're kind of staring into his chest, which seems odd because you don't remember him being this tall before. And as you kind of step back, because you're literally almost in his chest, as you kind of step back, you see his clothing is rattered and torn. And you can see kind of sores on his face and on his skin, and he has this kind of glassy look in his eyes. And he kind of, his head's tilted to the side, and he goes, "What do you want?"
I take a step back and I ask him, "And don't you remember me?"
"You must join us."
Oh no.
I'm gonna leave.
As you go, he reaches forward and grabs your wrist. You must join us.
I try to rip my hand away.
Make me a strength athletics check.
Oh God. That would be a 7.
As you sit there trying to pull against it, your arm starts to hurt. He's squeezing your wrists so hard you can actually feel the bones kind of grinding against themselves. He was not this strong before. And as he sits there and he tries to pull you in closer, you keep trying to pull, and eventually you do make a purchase, but your arm still hurts. And you look down, his hand is still gripping your arm with his death grip. But his arm is no longer attached. And as you kind of freak out and shake it, you look around and he's not there.
Oh no.
Great. I go back to where we're staying as fast as possible.
Okay.
Train to Nope Town, leaving the station. Train to Nope Town, leaving the station.
As you go,
Yeah.
as you go and go back, you suddenly notice something in your pocket.
Uh-oh. I
Not
look
a finger.
I look in my pocket.
It's a note.
Why read it?
It is it's the first mate's handwriting.
Uh-huh.
It says help, and it gives an address.
Okay.
The address is in this is Skywell.
In the Skywell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Skywell is the third of the big stations in the Sissa Sovereignty, and it's on the very edge of the Sissa Southern Outlands. Prospectors and people like that will stop at the Sissa Skywell before they go out in exploration expeditions into the Sissa Southern Outlands or into the Expanse, which is basically everything west of Sissa Soulwatch Tower.
Oh, that's way out there.
Yeah.
I see the map. Oh, God.
Effectively the opposite side of the Sissa Sovereignty.
Cool. Well, all right. I go back to tell this to my crew. My new crew.
Wait, the crew you said
No, you.
disappeared?
No, this
No,
is
you-
Smegwick saying. Smegwick saying
The crew you said disappeared?
Yup. That's the one.
I had no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Justin, he was like all and his hand came off and didn't like.
Are zombies a thing in this world? Could I use that as a frame of reference?
Yeah, just necromancers makes us zombies all
Sure.
the
He
time.
seemed like a zombie.
Necromancers make new friends all the time.
It's true.
Just trying to raise a family in peace, guys.
Yeah, and if you remember the last campaign I was in, our cleric was very fond of making new family members from the dead.
Well, I let them know that this is a thing, and I am worried.
Okay, well, all things considered, we'll back you play if you want to go down there.
when I'm guessing you described the transaction with the whole thing. Like,
Did it feel the same as when we were down in the ship?
Did it feel the same like the ship juju?
To use a quote that I think does not get used enough, history doesn't tend to repeat, or history doesn't repeat, but it tends to rhyme. It felt similar, not exactly
Okay.
this is the same, but definitely very, very similar.
Yeah, undead vibes. Got it. All right. Not quite, but more of the same kind of, maybe.
Same creepy, different.
Same creepy dead vibes, but not the same creepy dead. That makes any sense?
Oh, good, because the other one was gonna be so boring. Okay. Well, whatever you want to do, Captain. I mean, they were your crew before we were your crew, so.
Mm.
I mean, if they're in trouble, I do feel like I should help them. No one should be turned into what I just saw.
Well, they up and vanished. That's.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's weird.
yeah, they did just up and vanish. So, maybe that's where we head next.
And that is where we are going to end it for tonight.
Nice.
As always, if you missed any of this, you can watch all the episodes of Traversing the Veil on my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/TrainerJody. Check it out. I also have other videos I did to do there. Mondays and Wednesdays, I do a show called the D&D Deep Dive, where I talk about D&D classes and subclasses and stuff, talk about how to use them effectively. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm currently doing a playthrough of Legend of Grimrock with characters based on some of my friends, so I can blame them for all the bad things that happen. So yeah, it's been fun and silly, and spiders suck, and crabs are water spiders, and they suck as well. Yeah, to check all that stuff out. As I mentioned before.
Thank you to all the people watching that contributed to the stream today. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
I'm going to try that one more time. Really? There it goes. If you want to follow Dayan, you stream like 4 days a week, 5 days?
Yes, four days a week. Yes.
4 days a week. Evan, who plays Reggie, also does some streaming. He just wasn't able to join us tonight. So definitely check those guys out. Otherwise, again, that's all for me today, and I'll see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming. Drive safe. You shouldn't be driving anyway. Bye.